Hi, my name is PhillDrew and I am a professional drummer. I've been playing for about 40 odd years. I've been playing professionally for about 10 or 15 years now. I've done some theatre gigs, I've done some pit drumming, I've even been part of a production where I was on stage at the Barbican in London, which was quite interesting. Anyway, I'm here to tell you about my recording service. You can find me on my Facebook page at PhillDrew Drummer or my website, PhillDrewDrummer.com. You should be able to find me on Instagram at PhillDrew Drummer. If you want to find me on YouTube, just look for PhillDrew Drummer, surprisingly, and you should find my YouTube channel with all sorts of videos of me doing some bits and pieces and playing in bands, and I've done some demos on there and things like that. I usually teach in this studio here, but I've currently set it up to do some recording as well. I'll take you around the studio in a minute and I will show you what gear I'm using, what software I use, and give you an idea of how we can help, or rather I can help, make your music sound as good as it can be. If you want some demos of what I can record in here in the studio, check out my SoundCloud. I'll put all the links I'll put all the links below in the description. I'll put all the links to YouTube, SoundCloud, Instagram, all of that stuff. I'll put it in the description below. And then you can check out some of my tracks that I've recorded here in this studio. I'm sure we can get together and do something that you are very happy with and is more than deserving of your music. So here we are. This is the electronics kit. This is the Roland TD20 running some Heart Dynamics pads. We like the Heart Dynamics pads because they're a little bit more robust than the Roland ones. And I used to take these on tour and they look nicer than the Roland ones do. As you can see, I have a double Iron Cobra pedal down there. I've just finished recording some stuff for my teaching studio, Rave Bugs. So that's why it's a little untidy in here. But this is the electronics kit. So we have the stock Roland sounds as normal, or we can also run it through MIDI into the computer where I am running Tune Tracks drums in there. I'll show you that in a minute when we move over to the computer. Okay, so this is the Acoustic Kit. It's my lovely DW collectors. Built in 2012 with Peisty cymbals. I think I've got all the cymbals out at the moment. There might be some more in the case. I'm just going to take you around the other side of the kit so I can give you a bit of a tour, show you what we've got. Okay, so starting on the left here, we have my lovely little Tama popcorn snare. There's the Roland SPD X, which is a nice little sample pad and also gives me some extra sounds if I need them. My beautiful Peisty hi-hat, that's the Dark Crisp 14-inch one. Yamaha EAD10, that doesn't get used so much in recordings unless it's needed. It can give me some extra sounds if I need them, but it's good for doing demos and things on the phone. Mainly for the students of the teaching studio. We've got a slightly modified Peisty fast crash split, so we've had this little scallop taken out of it. It still sounds lovely. Still sounds nice. Moving round, we have my 12 13-inch tom. We have my little 10-inch splash cymbal. These are all Peisty signature cymbals on here at the moment. Moving around to the right, we have my nice Peisty power crash. That's the 17-inch one there. And then my ride, the dry ride, 20-inch dry ride. It's got a beautiful bell on it. And finally, if we want to make a lot of noise, we have the big old China cymbal. That doesn't get used so much. That's a great way to upset singers, that one. So moving down onto the toms, we've already seen the 12 and 13-inch toms. Now we're going to look at the 14 and 16-inch toms, floor toms. There's my in-ears sitting on top there. and my beautiful 22-inch bass drum sitting down there. And this is the current snare I've got on the moment. Is my it's my Pearl Sensitone, which is a beautiful all-round snare. I've got a few other snares. I've got some wooden snares, and I've got some brass snares, and typical drummer, I've got more snares than anything else. Snares and cymbals, that's what we collect. Anyway, so that's the acoustic kit. Let's go and have a look at the computer. So as you can see, the acoustic kit is all mic'd up at the moment, and everything goes through the Sapphire Pro 40. Beautiful Focusrite interface there. You can just about see that, I think. Yeah. And the Focusrite goes into the MacBook, which is running Logic Pro X, I believe, is the latest incarnation of that. So you can see I've got a project up at the moment, which I've been working on for the teaching studio. So mics or V drums go directly into the Focusrite, and then from the Focusrite into the MacBook and into Logic. Now, if we don't want to use the stock Roland sounds, we can bring up the Tune Tracks drums. Hang on a second, I'll just bring those up and show you. So here's the basic Tune Tracks drums, Easy Drummer 2. This gives us access to some beautifully sampled drums. We can change all of these. We can change the snare drum. As you can see, you've got some Gretsch snare drums there. I think there's a DW in there, a couple of Tamas, some Pearl. We can change the cymbals. At the moment, we've got Peisty on there at the moment. You've got some Sabians, or we can completely change the kit to let's try. This is one of my favourites, just because it's huge. So look at this. This is what we want. Right. So as you can see, I've got far too many cymbals now. And these are all connected to the DW. So as I hit the corresponding pad on the DW, these drums fire. And these are samples of proper drums from really expensive studios running very, very expensive gear. So it really is top of the range stuff. And you get some beautiful sounds out of this. So there it is. That's the MIDI drums. That's the Tune Track stuff. So if you don't like the Roland stock sounds, we can use these. Again, I play it just like I would a normal drum kit. You play it on the Roland kit, on the heart pads. It goes into Logic. Logic sticks it through Easy Drummer, and you would not tell the difference. You really would not tell the difference. So there it is. There's the tour of my studio and my recording setup. As I say, if you need any drums, give us a shout. All the links are down below underneath this video, and I hope to be working with you soon. Cheers. Bye bye.